Welcome back to Deciphering Zodiac, a Chronicle of Terror, brought to you by History and Crime. This is episode 13, titled Copycats and False Confessions. In this extended episode, we delve into the impact of the Zodiac case on popular culture, including the phenomena of copycat killers and false confessors, and explore the psychological aspects behind these phenomena. Disclaimer: the following content contains graphic descriptions of criminal activities. Listener discretion is advised. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of myself, Tammy D, the creator. I do not endorse or condone any of the actions or behaviours depicted in the true stories. The purpose of this podcast is to educate and entertain, not to glorify or sensationalise crime. The copycats and false confessions, movies, books and games permeate in various aspects of popular culture, from Robert Graysmith's best-selling book Zodiac to David Fincher's critically acclaimed film of the same name. The Zodiac Killer has become a figure of morbid fascination. However, the Zodiac case has also had a darker impact. Over the years, there have been several instances of copycat killers who were inspired by the Zodiac. These individuals often mimic the Zodiac's modus operandi or send cryptic messages of their own, further complicating the investigation and adding to the Zodiac's notorious legacy. The phenomenon of copycat killers is a disturbing aspect of criminal psychology. These individuals are often inspired by infamous criminals like the Zodiac, seeking to emulate their crimes in a twisted form of admiration. One of the most notable copycat killers is Heriberto Seda, often referred to as the New York Zodiac or the Brooklyn Sniper. Seda was active in New York City from 1990 through 1993. He fatally shot 3 people and wounded 6 others, 4 critically, before being caught on June 18, 1996. Seda is believed to have admired San Francisco's Zodiac Killer for avoiding capture. Police describe Seda, a Brooklyn resident, as a recluse obsessed with astrology and death. He was formally charged in the case on June 21, 1996, convicted on June 24, 1998, and sentenced to 232 years imprisonment. In addition to copycat killers, the Zodiac case has also seen a number of false confessors. These are individuals who claim to be the Zodiac Killer, often seeking attention or infamy. However, upon investigation, these confessions often fall apart under scrutiny, as they lack the necessary evidence to support their claims. False confessions are a complex issue in criminal investigations. They can be motivated by a variety of factors, including the desire for attention, mental health issues, or the pressure of police interrogation. Both copycat killers and false confessors add layers of complexity to the Zodiac case, making it even more difficult for investigators to separate fact from fiction. Despite these challenges, the search for the true identity of the Zodiac Killer continues. The persistence of investigators, both professional and amateur, is a testament to the enduring desire for justice in this case. But what movies, books and games were inspired by the Zodiac case, and how? The Zodiac case has inspired a wide range of movies, books and games, each offering a different perspective and interpretation of the case. Some of these popular culture references are the movie The Most Dangerous Game, 1932, directed by Irving Peichel and Ernest B. Schoedsack, which is based on a short story by Richard Connell. The movie tells the story of a big game hunter who is shipwrecked on an island, where he is hunted by a madman who enjoys killing humans for sport. The movie is considered to be one of the first examples of a serial killer film, and it may have influenced the Zodiac's choice of victims and locations, as well as his use of the crosshair symbol. The movie Dirty Harry, 1971, directed by Don Siegel and starring Clint Eastwood. The movie tells the story of a San Francisco police inspector who is assigned to track down a serial killer who calls himself Scorpio. The movie is loosely based on the Zodiac case, and it features many similarities and references to the real case, such as the killer's letters, ciphers and phone calls, the locations and dates of the attacks, and the involvement of the media and the public. The movie is considered to be a classic of the crime thriller genre, and it may have influenced the Zodiac's perception of himself and his adversaries, as well as his desire for fame and recognition. The game Heavy Rain, 2010, developed by Quantic Dream and directed by David Cage. The game tells the story of 4 characters who are involved in the investigation of a serial killer who calls himself the Origami Killer. The game is a psychological thriller that features multiple endings and choices, and it challenges the player to find the killer's identity and motive. The game is inspired by the Zodiac case, and it features many similarities and references to the real case, such as the killer's use of origami figures and letters, the involvement of the media and the public, and the impact of the weather and the seasons on the case. The game is considered to be a groundbreaking example of interactive storytelling, and it may have influenced the Zodiac's use of puzzles and challenges, as well as his manipulation and control of the emotions and actions of his victims and pursuers. These are just some of the popular culture references to the Zodiac case, but there are many more. The Zodiac case has inspired and influenced many works of fiction and non-fiction, each exploring various aspects of the case, such as the mystery, the crime, the terror, and the psychology. The Zodiac case has also challenged and intrigued the creators and the consumers, as it provides a rich and diverse source of material, themes, and ideas. But what ethical and moral dilemmas arise from the Zodiac case, and why? The Zodiac case also poses many ethical and moral dilemmas, both for the creators and the consumers of the popular culture references. These dilemmas include the balance between entertainment and exploitation, as the popular culture references may be seen as trivializing or sensationalizing the real case, and as disrespecting or disregarding the victims and their families. The creators and the consumers may face the question of whether they are enjoying or profiting from the suffering and the tragedy of others, and whether they are contributing or detracting from the pursuit of justice and the resolution of the case. The responsibility of the media and the authorities, as the popular culture references may be seen as influencing or interfering with the real case, and as creating or perpetuating myths and misconceptions about the case. The media and the authorities may face the question of whether they are informing or misleading the public, and whether they are helping or hindering the investigation and the prosecution of the case. The rights of the victims and the suspects, as the popular culture references may be seen as violating or protecting the privacy and the dignity of the people involved in the case, and as affecting or reflecting their reputation and their image. The victims and the suspects may face the question of whether they are being heard or silenced, and whether they are being treated fairly or unfairly by the popular culture references. These are some of the ethical and moral dilemmas that arise from the Zodiac case, but there may be more. The Zodiac case is not only a criminal case, but also a social and a cultural phenomenon, and it has implications and consequences for the society and the culture. The Zodiac case also raises many questions and issues, such as the nature of evil, the role of the media, and the pursuit of justice, and it invites reflection and debate on these topics. That concludes our expanded episode 13. In the next episode, We will discuss how modern forensics have been applied to the case, including DNA testing. We'll explore how advances in technology have provided new tools for investigators, offering fresh hope in the search for the Zodiac's identity. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey through the chronicle of the Zodiac Killer. Until next time, stay safe, keep the lights on, and continue to join us as we navigate the dark corridors of history and crime. Remember, in the words of George Santayana, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.